Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and you might be surprised by my tweet this morning, but you shouldn't be, especially if you've been around for a while. Days like today are, for me, I don't know your situation, but for me, they're tremendous buying opportunities. The cash that I keep sitting on the sidelines is waiting for days like today, and that's because I know what I own. So I will be buying. I have not yet, and the reason I have not yet is because the buy that I'm planning to make happens to be in one of my IRAs, and I have to wait for the markets to get going on that. Now I'm very limited in my choices inside of that IRA. I just happen to have some money waiting on the sidelines for this day, and so I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do, but I'll certainly talk about it when the time comes. Okay, so here, this is the important thing for anyone who, especially anybody who hasn't been around. This is the important thing for you to understand about today. Since I got in this about 8 years ago, there have probably been, if I had to count, I would say somewhere in the 20 to 50 range of articles where various countries proclaimed that they were either thinking about, were going to, they were in discussions about banning digital assets, okay? Usually it's China, sometimes it's Russia, sometimes it's India, it's various countries all around the world, okay? This has been one of the constants in this industry from way back in 2013. And so every time I see that China's banning crypto or they say anything bordering on that, I laugh and I say, oh, again? Because they never seem to really follow through. Just every once in a while, what I think goes on is every once in a while that government says, okay, now let's get all our shorts in order, and now let's put out an announcement that we are going to ban, or we're in discussions, or let's scare people into thinking that we're going to ban digital currencies. Happens every so often when the market has been running for a while, because this is how some of these people out there that are manipulating these markets operate, folks. It's just the way it is. And then CoinDesk had put out this article right here. No, China didn't just ban crypto, but 3 government-linked entities did just publish a notice reminding financial institutions that providing crypto service has been barred for years. And so this, and they reference in this article back 2013, China's central bank barred financial institutions from handling Bitcoin transactions. And then every time they've done this, the market has tanked. Then 2017, the central bank declared initial coin offerings illegal, which caused Bitcoin's price to fall. So we've been through these things 1,000 times. Now, these numbers to you might look shocking. To me, I can't even count how many times I've seen the market do this on my journey. It's been wild. Now, I want to bring something that I don't know if I've brought up on this channel yet, but I wanted to bring it up now. If you look over here, the circulating supply, there's a big controversy going on Twitter where everybody's saying, well, they just took CoinMarketCap out of nowhere, just took 10 billion of the XRP circulating supply off out of the calculation. And what that did is it created a perception that XRP is down here as one of these lower ranked coins. But, and Crypto Wizard had brought this to my attention this morning. It's been quite some time, and XRP circulating supply is still $10 billion less on CoinMarketCap. This isn't a coincidence or an oversight. You'll find out soon. Now here, if you look at this is live coin watch. Earlier this morning, XRP not only jumped BNB, but jumped Tether and was in the top 3 digital assets. And so if you look on CoinMarketCap, it's in the 7 spot, and on Live Coin Watch, it's in the number 4 spot. So I tweeted this out to see if we might be able to get CoinMarketCap. And now remember, CoinMarketCap was bought by CZ Binance, the CEO of, or was bought by Binance, I don't know which one, in this past year, I think, or a year or two ago. And so in this tweet, I'm making CoinMarketCap and CZ Binance where they've ignored this to this point. But hey, CoinMarketCap, CZ Binance, when are you going to correct the XRP circulating supply so the accurate rankings are showing the way they do on Live CoinWatch? And it's not just Live CoinWatch, it's also on Coin Paprika in the number 3 spot. Okay, and here's Coin Paprika right here. Let's see, we're looking at the return rates, and I wanted to make a point here and say, look, so so here's your returns on the year. Today, what are we down on? I mean, the worst thing I see right here is Bitcoin, well, 24 hours. Worst I see is Binance Coin at 31%, down 31%. And so what I say to you is, if you want to be all giddy about these kind of annual returns, and you are emotionally affected by a 30% down day, you have no business, not any business whatsoever in crypto investing in. Probably you probably don't have any business investing as an adult in anything if you don't understand that. I mean, how that should line up. I mean, look, this is a highly volatile thing, and it will be for a good while, probably until regulators come in and give some real clarity to how they're going to handle all this stuff. And at that point, it'll all be reined in. But that right there, that lack of clarity, in my opinion, has always been part of the reason for the potential of these huge gains. The second these guys come in and put the clamps on this industry, that's when the money will already have been made, the real money. You have to have these, and you have to have these days like we're having today in order to enjoy these. And that's just thinking like an adult, folks. It's just the way it is. Now, here's Squawk Box. These guys are on the case, as usual, right?
Big story, though, is the price
By the way,
of Bitcoin tumbling.
If you hear the blower in the background, it's because you do. I'm going to turn this sound up to maybe drown out that blower.
And by the way, I don't know if this is a chicken and egg situation. You've got a lot of the same people who are invested in crypto that are invested in some of those NASDAQ high flyers. But crypto, Bitcoin hit a low of about 38,500 overnight, actually falling below 40,000. And that's the lowest level it's seen since February 9th. Yesterday, China warned investors against speculative crypto trading and took a harder line against financial institutions, warning them not to conduct any business related to virtual currencies. That set off some real currents across not just Bitcoin, but across the entire cryptocurrency. I think Ether this morning down by about 12%. Separately, JP Morgan said in a note yesterday that institutional investors seem to be shifting away from Bitcoin and moving back into traditional gold, reversing a trend that's been seen over the last 6 months. If you want to just take a look at some of the stocks that hold or transact in Bitcoin this morning and see how they're faring as well, you'll see at this point, it looks like Tesla, which is the one we always kind of tie so closely to Bitcoin, down by about 2.4%. Then there's Coinbase off by 3.75%. PayPal's down by about 1.75%. MicroStrategy is off by 5.5%, and Riot Blockchain down by about.
Okay, I won't go any further into that, but I will say this: on a day like today, if you're Michael Saylor, what do you say to that board of directors? I bet that's a bit of a pressure cooker. Okay, now. Anthony Pompliano was trying to clarify why he, with his Bitcoin pizza thing, they don't accept Bitcoin, which is the most hilarious thing that I've seen in a while. And it says here, we don't want people giving up their Bitcoin for pizza, but rather we are working to raise money on the in the form of depreciating fiat dollars to help fund Bitcoin development. And I said, that would be one cold pizza by the time that Bitcoin transaction went through. I think it was a wise business decision not to accept Bitcoin. They should have accepted XRP. Now, yesterday for me, and I typed this out because yesterday for me was a real moment of clarity confirmation. I've spent 8 years listening to nothing but Bitcoin proof of work talk, knowing all the problems with it. 8 years of knowing something just wasn't right. Yesterday was one of those moments of clarity confirmation that I had not just been right, but 1,000,000% right all along. And to me, this graphic says it all. This is Brad Garlinghouse in Switzerland. Christine Lagarde, the head of the BIS, is up there, and these are all major central bankers. And then you got Pompliano in front of his Bitcoin pizza operation. It was cringeworthy. Now, this picture right here, this video from Real XRP Boy kind of gave me this, this idea. Listen to this, because this is the truth. This is Chris Larson talking.
Fundamental, before there was a company, the idea was, can you build a better Bitcoin? I think we're all fascinated by Bitcoin. Again, that was turning point. Again, as we talked about, a long line of, trying to stand up a global currency that wasn't controlled by governments. But Bitcoin was the breakthrough. But it had problems, right? And I think the biggest problem, I think the people that were attracted to the XRP project was Bitcoin just uses enormous amounts of electricity that can't be a sustainable long-term model. Now, I do believe, there's going to be a core group of digital assets that will be successful. I think Bitcoin will be one of them, but it really seemed clear that you could build a better version.
Yes.
Fundamental,
Bitcoin,
before there was
as we keep saying, Bitcoin will be around as this store of value just because they've got all the marketing dollars behind it and the powerful people got behind it early on. But that's about all it's going to do. It'll be around as a store of value as long as people believe it can be one. Crypto dim, and this is Ripple. We're excited to announce Egypt's largest bank, which is, what's the bank called? National Bank, I can't even read that. Connecting with Lulu Exchange to process cross-border payments from UAE to Egypt. Learn more about the partnership here. They did a whole write-up on it. It says, with a large diaspora employment abroad in Gulf, did I say that word right? Including the UAE, Egypt received $24 billion in remittances in 2020 alone, making it one of the top 5 remittance recipients globally after India, China, Mexico, and Philippines. Big time, folks. And then here's India's government. Now, again, I mentioned India's government has said they've been back and forth. We're going to ban it. We're not going to ban it. We're going to ban it. Now they say they're forming a group to regulate cryptocurrency, moving away from a blanket ban. See how this works? This guy, I thought this was an interesting tweet, and this is kind of what I feel in my gut too. I get the feeling they've settled. The timing is when Gensler would end it. David said 2 days ago, today is a good day, and massive XRP transfers happening from Ripple to all the major exchanges. Plus, the price is held well over this latest dip. Someone knows something. And then there was this from Stefan Huber. I could imagine that the appointment of the 21st would be kept. The judge decides that Ripple has to give the SEC at least the documents that Ripple itself has passed on to third parties. Probably the SEC wants to look at these documents before they approve the settlement. So this guy thinks there's a settlement too. Then he goes on down here. He says, if I were the SEC, I would only agree to a settlement if I knew that even with these documents, I could not save the case or at least get something out of it in the settlement. And this will not take more than a few days. I'm not saying there's going to be a settlement, but I am saying that it just sure feels like that's a possibility right now. Okay, I wanted to make you aware, Link2, who's one of my sponsors, they just added more Uphold private equity onto the platform. It's still at that, it's been at that $6.75 mark for the last few times that they've put it on. This is the one that I've been buying myself, and I'm big time on Uphold. Remember, Uphold has last time I checked, they had 6 million users, whereas Coinbase has, I guess, 50 plus million users. That right there tells me a lot about what in my opinion, what that thing should be worth. I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button and tell your friends and family that Link2 has Uphold private equity on their platform again. This stuff goes about as fast as they put it up, so I don't know if it'll be here when you go to look, but check it out.